This is without a doubt the best AI agent I have ever spoken with. It is so expressive, so realistic. I mean, just check this out.
Hey there, I'm Hank, Paul's personal assistant. What can I help you with today?
Yeah, can I speak to Paul, please?
I can certainly check his availability for you. Could I get your name, the company you're with, and the reason for your call?
George Smith. I have an investment opportunity I wanted to speak to him about.
An investment opportunity, I understand. And what is the nature of this investment?
It's a new restaurant that I think he might want to invest in.
I see. Paul is currently in meetings for the rest of the day, and his schedule is quite packed. Could you give me a brief overview of the investment opportunity so I can see if it's something that requires his immediate attention?
I just have never used an agent that is that good, that quick, and is able to tap into your own company's knowledge base to be able to answer questions accurately. And what's great about this is you can call it on the phone and it's incredibly easy to set up. So in this video, I will show you step by step how to get an agent just like this set up. The tool we're going to use to create these agents is called ElevenLabs. I'm sure you've heard of ElevenLabs before. They are one of the leading AI companies when it comes to text to speech and really all things related to AI speech. But recently, they have released a lot of new features that you probably don't know about yet. So to get started, make sure to click the first link down below to get signed up for ElevenLabs. They are sponsoring this video, so I do want to thank them for that and let you know that. Once you sign up for an account, your dashboard is going to look like this. As I said, you can do a lot here inside of ElevenLabs. And I think in future videos, I'm going to dive into some of these more use cases because some of these are very powerful. They do things like text to speech, sound effects, images and videos, voice changer, music. But today we're going to click on the bottom here where it says developers. Now, don't feel intimidated by this. Even if you're not a developer, you're still going to be able to take advantage of 11 agents, which is what I showed you at the start of the video. So to do that, click right here where it says 11 agents under quick links. And this is where we can get everything set up. Over here on the left, you'll see the menu for 11 agents. We'll start by creating our first agent. You can hover over agents and click on the plus icon. Next, you have three choices. You can start from scratch, or you can use one of the pre-built templates for a personal assistant or a business agent. I want to create a business agent, so I'll select this one. And now you can choose what industry it's for. So let's say we want to create an agent for a restaurant anytime someone calls to make a reservation. So I'll select where it says food and beverage. And then you can choose between all these different use cases. So you can have agents to help you with customer support, outbound sales, learning and development, lead qualification, for instance. For this demo, though, we are going to select reservation management. Now, you don't want to create an AI agent that just has general world knowledge without knowing any information about your particular business or the business that you're building this agent for. So you want to ground your agent in the actual knowledge for that business. And this is where you can do that. You can click right here where it says continue. Here you can give your agent a name. So I'm going to name her Lucy. And then you can input the website for the business you're building this for. So for this demo, I'm going to pretend I'm building a reservation system and a reservation AI agent for this restaurant. So I will grab the URL for it, just copy it down and paste it in there. And then you can describe what you want your agent to accomplish. To help with this, I'm going to jump over to my AI chat of choice, which is Gemini, and tell it that I'm creating a voice agent in ElevenLabs. I need to input its main goal, what the agent is going to accomplish. So help me come up with that for this AI agent who's going to help with reservations for this restaurant. Here it is outputted for us the main goal. So I can copy that down, return back to ElevenLabs, paste it in, and click on Create Agent. From that simple main goal, it creates for you an entire system prompt. You can see all that right here. That is made up of the personality of the agent. It will go into what the business is that the agent is representing. In this case, it's telling the agent about the environment of the restaurant, the tone of voice of the agent, and the goals of the agent and what it's looking to do. And maybe most importantly, the guardrails to make sure that your agent stays on track and doesn't say or do anything it's not supposed to do. But if there's anything in here you don't like, you can easily change it. I read this over. I think it's perfect, so I'm going to leave it. One thing I will change though is the time zone. I want to make sure that this is set to the local time where this restaurant is. So I'll click on Set Time Zone and select Mountain Standard Time. Let's see, Denver maybe. There we go, Denver. So that is now set as the default time for the agent, time zone for the agent. Further down, you can see the first message that the agent will say. In this case, it's, "Hi there, thanks for calling the Sink. This is Lucy. How can I help you with your reservation today?" But you are allowed to leave this blank if you want the user to start the conversation, or again, you can change this. This is very important as well. You want people to be able to interrupt the agent, so that is toggled on. Now over here are 3 additional options. The first one lets you choose the voice for your agent. Now this by default shows Eric, which is a man's voice, which wouldn't work for Lucy. So I'm going to click through and change this. All I have to do is click right here, and then up here where it says voices, click on this again. As you can see here, there are a lot of choices to choose between. So to help narrow this down, there are filters up here. So I will filter by language to make sure that the agent can speak in English. For the accent, I want it to be an American accent. For gender, I want the agent's voice to be female. And I think that's good. So let's listen to a few of these now and find one that's the perfect fit for Lucy.
Welcome back to the Balance Podcast. I'm Hope, and today we're diving into something that's been coming up.
Pretty good.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about all the latest news.
I think all these are actually really perfect.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
She's a little bit too enthusiastic, so let's try maybe this one.
Hello and welcome. This is a warm, approachable voice that makes learning.
Yeah, I think I like that one, so I will select that voice. Then under that, you can select the text-to-speech model family. This one is currently the best, so I'm going to leave it on that one. You can also toggle on or off expressive mode. This enhances the agent with emotionally intelligent speech and improved turn taking, like talking back and forth. So I definitely want that one toggled on. And I'm not going to choose any of these suggested audio tags. I think the default settings are going to be fine. So I can now close this out and we can go to the next setting, which is language. By default, English is selected, which is what I want. But as you see here, this works in a lot of different languages. So I'll close that one out. And then finally, we have the LLM, which provider and model to use for the LLM. Now for this, you have a few different choices in here, but some of these are going to cost more than others. So you can see all the prices over here on the right. The quote unquote better models are going to be more expensive. So this is a balance between good models and ones that don't use too many credits. So I'm happy with the default one, but what I suggest you do is set up your agent and start chatting with it. And if you're unhappy with the intelligence of it, come in here and switch these, because you can switch it at any time until you find one that works, that is a good balance between the price and its actual intelligence. With all of that selected, I can now close this out and click on the top right here where it says preview before I actually publish it. So we are now in preview mode. Let's give it a try. I will click this button, which simulates calling the restaurant and activating the agent.
Hi there. Thanks for calling the Sink. This is Lucy. How can I help you with your reservation today?
Yeah, I was wondering how big of a party you'd be able to accommodate, because there's a bunch of friends of mine coming in from out of town. There's going to be about like 12 of us.
We can certainly accommodate a party of 12. To check availability for you and your friends, could I please get your full name, the date you'd like to dine with us, and your preferred time?
Yeah, so my name is Paul Lipsky, and I was hoping that I can make a reservation for tomorrow night, maybe around 7 p.m.
Thank you, Paul. Let me just check that for you for a party of 12 tomorrow night, April 2nd at 7 p.m. It looks like 7 p.m. is quite booked for a party of that size tomorrow, but I do have openings at 6:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. Would either of those times work for you and your friends?
All right, so that is a good first step, but I'm not quite happy with the voice, so I do want to make some changes. So I'll click on the top left here where it says back, and let's change the voice. Now that I hear it, I don't quite love it. So I'm going to choose one of those other ones that I found, like Hope, I think.
Welcome back to the balance.
Yeah, let's try Hope. And then let's also change the model as well. We'll move from Gemini 2.5 Flash to Gemini 3 Flash and see if that is enough of an improvement for what I'm looking for. So let's close that out and we will click on preview again. Let's give this another test.
Hi there. Thanks for calling the Sync. This is Lucy. How can I help you with your reservation today?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you can accommodate a party of about 12 people for tomorrow night.
We would love to host your group of 12 tomorrow. To check our availability, could I please get your full name and the exact time you are hoping to dine? Also, just so you know, we are open until 10 p.m. on Thursdays.
So my name is Paul Lipsky and we're looking at like 6:30 tomorrow night.
Thanks, Paul. Let me check our availability for...
All right, so already a big improvement. It's faster. I like the voice better. So I think this is one I'm going to stick with. But this is what I recommend you do. Like keep going back and forth between the preview and choosing the voice that you want and the model that you like until you get it exactly the way that you like. The last thing I would change in here is up here at the top, there's a tab here called Knowledge Base. This allows you to upload documents that the agent can refer to when interacting with someone. This is, I think, very helpful to use these. So for this restaurant, I can put in information about what the restaurant is about, maybe the standard operating procedure, anything like that. Just put it in here. That way it's able to refer to that when it's talking with clients or customers. Next, we'll click on the left here where it says integrations, and this will allow your agents to talk to third-party tools. Click on the top right where it says add integration, and you'll see a bunch of them in here. One of the most popular ones is cal.com. This is an open source scheduling and calendar platform. I know some restaurants use this for their reservation system. So this will allow the agent to actually check if there's any reservations for the night that the person is calling about and add reservations to the calendar for that business. If you don't see something in here that you want to connect your agent to, you can always set up a custom MCP server. And there are also things under tools like webhooks and this option to add a client tool. So there's lots of options for connecting up your agent with third-party tools to allow it to actually work with the tools that your business uses. Okay, now that our agent is all set up, let's return back to it. If you're a little lost, click on the left here where it says agents, find the agent that you just created, and then click on publish on the top right. I've already published mine, so there's no changes to make. Then you can click on this drop down and click copy shareable link, open that up in a new tab, and here is your agent. You can call it, but it's going to act exactly the same as it did in preview. Now, right now it's just existing right here, which isn't super helpful because you want to actually deploy this somewhere. And you can easily do that in ElevenLabs. So returning back to ElevenLabs, notice that down here on the bottom left, there are a few different ways to deploy your agent. You can do it with phone numbers, through WhatsApp, or you can set up these batch calls, outbound calls, to actually make calls for you using services like telephony or WhatsApp. I'm going to set up an actual phone number for this so that anyone can call this business and ask for a reservation. So you can click on import number. There are a couple choices here, but I'm going to choose Twilio. Then I'll give this the name of the restaurant, which is The Sync, and I'll have to enter in my Twilio phone number here and my Twilio account SID. So over here on Twilio.com, this is just a website where you can buy phone numbers online. I'll click on start for free. Let's go ahead and sign up for an account, and then I'll see you once we finish setting this all up. Once you are logged into your dashboard, you can get a number by clicking on the left here where it says phone numbers, then open up manage and select buy a number. These are all the numbers that you can choose between. Notice that they're really cheap, only about $1 a month, but that's in addition to the usage for them. So it will cost more than that, but it's not that much. So I will go ahead and click on buy for this first one. You can see what it comes with. I will just click through this and actually purchase it. Once you made your purchase, click on configure. And then we need to bring two things over to ElevenLabs. The first is the phone number. So I'm just going to highlight the phone number, copy it, and return back to ElevenLabs and paste it in. And then we also need the Twilio account SID. So returning back to Twilio, click on Account Dashboard on the top left, and then scroll down until you see Account SID right here. You can click on the copy button and return back to ElevenLabs, paste it in. That will then open up a new field called Twilio Auth Token. You can find that by returning back to Twilio. You'll see that right here under Auth Token. Just click that, just click to copy that, and then return back to ElevenLabs, paste it in, and click on Import. And now it's all set up. The last thing you would have to do if you want this to actually work is pay for a Twilio account if you haven't done that already. But then someone can call this number and actually get connected up with this agent and actually be able to speak with it over the phone. There's a lot of other really cool stuff you can do inside of ElevenLabs when it comes to creating agents. So coming back over to create agents, you can create a personal assistant, for instance. It's really nice because this can be grounded in your information. It's not like a general one like you get with most AI chatbots. So you can set one up for health and wellness, a personal assistant, a learning companion, or creative helper. You can choose between a ton of different voices or even create your own. So you can really get your agent to be exactly the way that you want and as helpful as possible. So there you go. That's how to use ElevenLabs to set up an AI voice agent in just a few minutes. And as you saw, it is incredibly easy to do. If you want to get started with it, a link for ElevenLabs will be in the description down below for you to sign up. And thank you, ElevenLabs, for sponsoring this video. While you're down there, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.